We are at Bloom and it's the afternoon, and this place, there are so many people around here, it's unbelievable. Now we are in Gary Hanafy's garden, which you have had on display now since Thursday.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations for having a garden here at Bloom. Can you tell us about yourself?
Thank you. Yeah, we've been landscaping now for about, well, I suppose 8 years. And this is our second time to showcase at Bloom. We got a silver medal last year, so we got gold in best in category this year. It's the hidden Cube garden by Arnotts, and we're delighted to be here, so it's been great.
And what's the name of your business, Gary?
My business is quickfitgardens.ie.
Okay, I'm going to pass you over to Susan here, who's a garden designer herself. She's absolutely enthralled by this garden.
I love this garden, yes, because I think it really fits the brief or the name, the hidden cube. I mean, I don't know whether Steph can pick up here on. We're standing on what is virtually a cube here in the deck, and then you've got the cubes within the planting either side, and yet the path curves through them. The lawn is a cube over there, and then there are little cubes taken out of the pillars, and then to crown it all, up here on top above the water, the lovely cube that's just been taken out of the, which is covered in red, and it's probably hidden from the camera, but the cube is picked up in the back here that's come off the top, as well as the surround of the water being cubed. So it really is, you've done it absolutely superbly. The geometry, I think it just really appeals to me. But I suppose I should get to the planting, which is lovely and soft. Now, will you take us through the planting, Gary, here, starting with the...
Estelia banksii, which is a nice, lush, we could say silvery green grass. Looks lovely in a perennial bed. We have Digitalis Dalmatian alba, it's a white Dalmatian foxglove. Again, in good flower, looks well in a perennial bed. We have Calamagrossus, tall grass, very important. Bulk plant them together, usually in 3s or 5s or 7s to really get impact. We move on down. We have Agapanthus, dwarf africanus, which is a blue Agapanthus, and nice bit of flower at ground level. On the opposite side, actually, we have Erigeron, which again gives you a nice bulk plant colour and ground cover. The front of a bed. Hosta halcyon, nice bit of leaf, nice bit of foliage. Right beside it, then to really throw in a mix, Sambuca black lace, which just looks lovely. It's very feathery in its colour, and it looks...
Now, I'm just going to pick up there on the Sambucas. This can actually become a big shrub, but if you keep it hard pruned...
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. No, you're dead right. If you keep on top of it, you have to keep on top of everything in a perennial bed. But Sambucas can grow wild. They're a feature plant in their own right. They look very well. Their foliage is nice, dark in colour. The little clusters of white flowers are lovely. So yeah, keep them well pruned. They add a nice bit of depth to any perennial bed. Any bed, in fact, yeah.
So really we're doing beautifully soft colouring here, which really accentuates the geometry. And then at the back of the lawn, you've got these, what are called fan-trained carpinus?
Yes, we've Carpinus fastigiata, which is a hornbeam, and it's trained, it's what's known as an espalier, so it's trained on a frame to give you that instant hedge impact or instant screen. And obviously the colour off the white pillars just breaks it up lovely and showcases the lawn very well, and it's a nice boundary as well. It's a very interesting boundary. So
yeah, no, I think you really have done a terrific job, and I'm going to give back to Kathryn, and she can fill in on all your contact details.
Thank you.
I'd actually just like to go further into this garden. First of all, I'd like to just say the furniture and the flooring here. You've created this lovely outdoor area in the garden where you can have something to eat, even a glass of champagne here, which looks very inviting. Can you just tell us about the flooring here, first of all?
Yeah. Well, our flooring and our pagoda is Irish Douglas fir. It would be the equivalent, I suppose, to teak. It's one of our hardest native Irish timbers, sustainable, came from Tullamore. We got them planed, we got them coated in a very good chocolate brown and Providence, which is the white colour. To be honest, they last forever, and
so it's no problem outdoor with the wind and the rain or anything.
No, they have a built-in natural wood preservative, and so you're coating it. In fact, what you're really doing is you're protecting it from the sun. All hardwoods can get small splintering in it and small cracks, and it's a natural feature. Oak, Spanish chestnut, Douglas fir is the same. Larch, teak. So what we've done is we're keeping the UV protectant on it to keep the sun rays away. Yeah.
The furniture behind us here, can you just tell us a little bit about the furniture?
Yeah, well, they come from the Conran shop in Arnotts in Dublin, and We've 6 ghost chairs, I believe they're called, and which I suppose, obviously they're transparent, so even though they're there and they're useful, they also make the area look a bit bigger because they don't take up a lot of space, or they don't add a different colour into it, which we didn't want. So it's a nice setting, I suppose. The table, again, for the Conrad shop in Arnotts, and
yeah, it's very slick. It's really smart. Can we just bring you in here to this area here? As a person who doesn't know a lot about gardening, I actually really loved this area that you created here as well. Susan, just the planting area here is really lovely.
The planting here is beautiful because we've gone from the sort of more colourful end, and we're in this shady, cool area with foxgloves, basically foxgloves, ferns and hostas, all shade-loving plants.
Absolutely, that was the whole idea here. And when you were trying to recreate a woodland, you remember that Foxglove digitalis, they pop up out of nowhere in clusters, some singly, some on their own. So we have polystichum ferns here, which is a lovely bed in any kind of woodland area, and our digitalis dalmatian pop up in little clumps everywhere. Our hostas, we have a big daddy hosta in the back that's in flower, and Luzulu grasses and bush grasses also would be known in a woodland area. Our Zanzidicia lily, it's a lovely, calm, cool area. We have our ivy screens on the back to give you a nice, deep, dark, secluded area. So it's very tranquil in here, I think. I love it.
I think it's terrific, and there we have our little cube that's dropped down off the top of the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was the whole point. Initially, we were building the window wall. We took the cube out of it, and we were going to leave it out totally. Then we said we'll make it into a modern art installation, so we put it back in. We weren't too sure where we were going to put it, but we put it in the back, and we thought it suits the fern garden.
Oh, I think it's terrific.
Gary, anybody who wants to put in a garden like this or wants new ideas for a garden, how can they contact you?
Well, you can go on our website, which is quickfitgardens.ie, or drop down to our display. We have a display centre in Glasstool in Glenageary, County Dublin, and we use it for appointments, and anyone's welcome to come down. We have all our material there, all stone, our timber, our lights, our planting, and come in, nice setting, cup of coffee, we go through the design.
Brilliant. Well, Gary Hannafy from Quick Fit Gardens, many thanks for talking to us today at gardenville.tv. Now we're going to have to go off and sit down at this lovely table, and we'll have to enjoy it in here.
Absolutely.